What's up, guys? So as some of you may know, we recently hired a COO/president. His name is Mitch Black. He's been here for 3 weeks. I sit down to do an interview with him, but first off, I just wanted to help you understand why we hired this person and what our mindset was around who we were looking for and why we had to have this person. I needed someone that had a lot of experience. So Mitch is someone that is in his early to mid 50s. He's had just a very, very impressive career. His last job was CEO of a company with 1,300 employees. And previously in his career, he helped the company go from somewhere around $1 million in revenue to over $1 billion in revenue. He's just has the experience of helping companies grow from, pretty much every different stage to these high growth companies. And more or less, he's proven that he can come in and do the same for Fire Launch. Hopefully you enjoy this interview. Let's jump in.
Okay. What were you like in high school?
I had longer hair. I was much more focused on athletic, sports, and having fun than I am now. But I always enjoyed hanging out with people and having a good time.
Nice.
I wouldn't say terribly different, but...
Were you the kid that was always trying to get the best grades?
No.
No.
I probably wasn't the best student. I had probably more social goals than I had academic goals in high school.
How would you convince someone to do something that they did not want to do?
The way to convince somebody to do something is, first of all, you got to somehow figure out what's in it for them. And, this goes back to kind of the communication thing with social media. I think when you're talking to someone, you can gain certain levels of motivation. So you need to kind of listen a little bit before you tell somebody something, so you can get cues from people about what's going to motivate it for them, and then how you can tie them into something bigger. And whether it's just, hey, I want you to go do this very remedial task for me, explain to them why that's maybe going to help them and help something bigger. That's nice. How I would typically do that.
Nice. So what was your first job? And is there anything you learned from that job that you still hold with you today?
My first job was I was a busboy / bellboy at the Holiday Inn in Crawfordsville, Indiana, when I was in high school. And I lived off of tips. And tips were how I made a lot of money. And so the one thing I always figured out is just be nice to people, and you'd be amazed at how people respond to you. And be respectful and nice, and it'll pay off.
What are you known for?
It depends. I think in business, I think people think of me probably as a person that is easy to work with, but at the same time can make tough decisions and is not afraid to make tough decisions. I think people that know me more from a personal perspective think I have a good sense of humor, and I enjoy having a good time.
Nice.
But yeah.
One reason why you're such a good fit for the team. What are the top 3 reasons? Maybe you don't have to limit yourself or specifically hit 3, but what are the 3 main reasons why you were excited about joining the Fire Launch team?
Good question. And one was, and these are in no particular order, one was, it was here in Indianapolis. I have spent time running companies on the East Coast. I recently ran a global company where I had to spend time in Asia quite a bit, so I was on the go. So I like the idea of being closer to home. I thought that was one of the things very important to me, that I'm close to my family more often. The other thing is it's a high growth company, and it's in tech. I grew up in tech, stepped away into the publishing industry, and I missed this. I missed the vibe that we have here and the energy that we have here. And so, being in a company that's moving upward and not this way is incredibly appealing to me. And really the last thing, and I'll come back to what I said earlier about the energy thing, is when I came into this building and met not just you, but everybody here, there was that cool vibe here. And you could tell that everybody loved to work here. And it's great to walk into an organization where everybody feels like, they want to be here.
Yeah.
And it made me want to be here as well.
What is one characteristic that you believe every leader should possess?
Empathy.
What motivates you? You've had all this success in your career. Why do you have a job? Why do you show up to work every day?
It's funny, I just mentioned playing to win. I like to win.
Yeah.
But I like to share it with other people. I love coming to work and doing things where you feel like you've accomplished something during the day. but you've also enabled other people to accomplish it. I like that.
Nice.
I'm also a people person. I like being around people, talking to people, and especially in areas of where there's like-minded people with you.
Yeah.
That you talk about core values, and you talk about everybody here kind of embodied. I think almost everybody I've met in this company embodies our core values. It's always good to work with people and talk to people every day.
Yeah.
Even though I may be in a different age group, we still have mutual respect and understand those type of things together, which is fun. That's why I like coming into an office and working.
Nice.
I hate working from home.
Yeah. Really?
Oh yeah. It's just, even though I can probably get, maybe every once in a while you want to go heads down for maybe like 3 or 4 hours on something, I couldn't work from home. Because I'm too much of a social person to.
Yeah. Nice. I appreciate that answer. I was going to, so for people just getting started in their career, maybe they're a few years in, what words of advice do you have to help them to not only be successful, but to also be happy about that success?
It's funny. My daughter has just moved into the workplace recently, and so I talk to her almost every day. And it's kind of funny, so I try to share this with her a little bit, is you got to be patient, number one. I think a lot of people, especially that are full of, piss and vinegar, so to speak, right when they come out of college.
Another idiom.
Yeah, I've got a few of them. So, they get a little frustrated if success doesn't come to them right away.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to be very patient, and the grass is not always greener. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the bigger life lessons is you will always find yourself again. I learned this a long time ago. And what I mean by that is if you think that making a job change or making a dramatic change in your life will make you happy, or there are certain things that I will be able to change myself if I do this, you probably won't. Yourself will catch up to you again.
Yeah.
And so before you decide to make a big change in your life, really, really take stock in the fact that it needs to be a good opportunity. Now, that being said, I've had 3 jobs in the last 4 years, or whatever. I did make a couple of moves, but I feel like I thought through those very, it was a very methodical process of making sure, is this right for my family? Is this right for me? Is it right for this? So I think, especially young people, be patient. Ask a lot of questions too, and something that you talked about, find a mentor.
Yeah.
Find somebody that, especially that's closer in age probably or career-wise, but maybe just a couple of years ahead of you. Be careful not to stretch yourself of where, I'm going to make friends with the CEO and he's going to be my mentor and I'm an entry-level person. But find somebody that's just a step above you, that had some success and they moved up to that next level, and ask them how they did that. Those are really good things to do. And then self-education is the other big thing.
Yeah.
Don't stop learning. Never stop learning. If you do, technology and information moves so fast, continue to educate yourself. Just because you got a degree or you just left college doesn't mean that you should not read about things that are new.
Yeah.
Try new things as well, so always be educating yourself.
Thanks so much for checking out the video. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. If you want to see the day-to-day, come check me out on my personal Instagram. Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it. And come check me out on personal. Come check me out.